the Untitled Coaching Podcast. I'm going to go no glasses this time.
I'm sticking glasses so I can see.
Nice. Actually, we got on this because I didn't have a plan, and we just recorded an episode weeks ago, not minutes ago.
No, absolutely not a few minutes ago.
Yeah, weeks ago.
Okay.
But I think something fun that I'd like to rap about is just community.
Mm.
You know, in so many aspects, but we're going to talk about it on the gym community.
Gym community.
Okay. You've been a part of different gyms.
Mhm.
I've only been, that's not true. I have consistently been a part of this gym since 2009. I am a part of another gym. I've been doing that for about 3 years or so.
Yeah, but we like them.
We like them a lot.
We like them a lot.
Yeah.
They're good people.
Yeah. You're wearing their hat.
Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out BPR. But what's cool about this gym, and I feel like I've said it before, I feel like other people say it about their gym all the time, but like the community is very exceptional. But the community is very intentional.
Yeah.
And I am not a titan of CrossFit industry, but I have found myself in the last 6 months having a lot of mentorship conversations with other gym owners.
Okay.
I think it appears as if I've got things figured out. Really, it just is a unwillingness to gatekeep information, right? And so I'm putting things out on my Substack.
Shout out.
Not a shameless plug. I'm plugging it. Go check out my Substack. It's so fun. Substack is the most amazing thing to happen to the internet. It's like Zanga and Notion met and had a baby. And we're all like,
but it's kind of like a blog, right?
Yeah, and so like remember Zanga back in the day?
Yeah, do I remember Zanga?
And so the cool thing about Zanga was
you could change the colors.
You could change, yeah, and we all started to learn HTML, and but you're looking at Zanga, and it literally was like, this is what happened in my day. This is the song I'm listening to. Here's the lyrics to that song. Here's the quote from The Catcher in the Rye that I think just describes me so well. And it was very raw. And there would be like, you'd comment on your friend's thing or whatever, but it wouldn't be anything like, it wouldn't be throwing shade. It would, it was just, and you also didn't go to school and look at the person who posted some emo lyrics and think anything weird about them. You were like, hey, we're all doing this. And like Substack is like that. Like Substack is not like emo weird, but it's like everyone's writing things that they find interesting. And one of the things that I love the most in the world is listening to someone talk about something they're passionate about. I don't care what it is.
No, it's fun to hear someone geek out because it gets you excited about it.
Yeah.
I love that.
We have a client here, Tyler, who he doesn't know this, or maybe he does, and he's just playing it really cool. But he might be one of the most interesting dudes I've ever met in my life.
My husband is taking his pilot's license. Yeah. It's an instrument flying class. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. But either way, taking Tyler's class for instrument flying. Paul is like, he's the coolest, smartest guy I've ever met. And he's so young, but he's just so knowledgeable. And Paul's like, should hear him geek out talking about planes.
And so I have, when Tyler joined, hey, what do you do? And he tells me he's a private jet pilot and, he flies a small jet, and he really downplays it. But I find that very interesting. We also have a guy here, Vince, who was a pastor for many years, but he was career pilot for the Navy. He's a Marine, and he's flown everything cool you can think of. And now he flies for Southwest. And so I put both these guys, well, I didn't put them, but they're in a class. And I was like, they're the only ones training. I was like, I'm just going to mention flying and see what happens. And I mentioned it, and it was like, dud. Nothing. But then you get them by themselves and you start asking the right questions and you get them on a roll, and it's so fun. But Tyler this morning, especially, I asked him about a specific case that happened that's been all over social media. And I don't want to highlight it because it's really like frustrating what happened in this thing, but I was like, dude, I don't understand it. How's that happen? And he, for 10 minutes, gave me the ins and outs. And then he apologized. He was like, dude, I'm so sorry. And everyone in class was like, we could hear you talk about that for 2 hours. I was so into it. So that tangent just really boost up Tyler.
Oh, okay. I was like, where did we begin?
Where did we begin? Where do we come from? Where do we go?
Oh,
where do we come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Substack, Zanga community.
Yes. Man, that was so good. Look at you. And so all that to say, part of this venture with the podcast was Substack, with rebranding to Dallas Training Collective. It's to continue to boost our community. And I joined this gym when I was 19. It's 2009, and something was really different about this place. People were just really comfortable throwing up in front of each other. And
wow.
And they were really, really comfortable hugging after working out. And then they started getting really comfortable asking, how can I like pray for you this week? And then they started getting really comfortable like checking in on me. I'm like, hey, heard your mom was sick, and just like things like that over and over. And I looked up after years and I was like, oh my gosh, this is my like extended family. These people mean so much to me. And then I'd go drop into other gyms, and we've had it here. Like we've had drama here, but I go drop into other gyms and you walk in and you just feel like you don't belong. And then you're like, oh, it's because their community is so tight. And it's like, no, you start talking to other people and they're like, oh yeah, like it's like Mean Girls,
A little cliquey.
Yeah, it's
like,
a little cliquey. Oh, those are the plastics.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, doesn't even go here.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And
I
so
understand.
So that this would have been like 2015, like when I started dropping into other gyms and just like exploring all this stuff. And then I just started to ask Robert all the time, what are we doing here that's different? And we couldn't really quantify it. And recently, the last few years, I've really tried to quantify it.
Okay.
So I think what I have, I'm not gonna say I think, what I know to be true for us that bleeds into us having a really different community and a really exceptional community are 17 key things. I'm not going to go, I'm just joking. But
you've thought about this.
I really have. Before I give you my key things, do you have anything that pops into your mind that you're like, oh yeah, this is an intentional thing that we do as a company for our community?
It's an excellent question.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, but that's all right, because there is definitely things that we do here that are different than other places. Now, I haven't coached at another place, but I have been members of different CrossFit boxes. And I've been in a very competitive like team at one gym, and we're still friends with them because it was all people of like-minded around the same age kind of thing. But it was that very cliquey, like, we're here to work as hard as we can and throw up. And, it's just like, and then there was one where I was pregnant, so I was not as consistent about going. So I really didn't get as close to those group of people.
Well, you can't because your belly's bigger.
Well, I definitely tried.
It's just
that's
like the
for
space.
Sure.
It's like
here, as a coach, definitely you have implemented kind of certain standards. As a coach, you are expected to do certain things whenever people walk through the door. So you are to greet them, learn their name, kind of be bold and put yourself out there.
Right.
And I definitely think that sets the tone. How the coach and the person that's leading the group, how do they treat others to kind of be inclusive? Okay, very much so.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely one thing that has definitely implemented, like, this is expected of you to reach out to make everyone feel welcome and inclusive. And with that, coming by and saying something to every person. Now, it doesn't have to be like correcting their form every time or learning about what they ate for lunch, but making sure you have interactions with everyone to feel included. I think that's definitely one thing that you have said that I definitely feel like has made the difference in making people not feel so scared coming into a gym. Whether it's the first time or you're just a longtime member. It's just making everyone feel welcome and included.
Yeah.
Definitely.
One of the things that I try to tell you guys, at least on a semi-regular basis, is how much it means to me that people walk through that door. Like the act of opening that door or the act of submitting their contact info is a momentous thing, but it is a physical representation of them raising their hand and saying, help, I need help. And all of us as coaches, a lot of things we have in common. And one of the things we have in common is we don't like asking each other for help. We hate being a burden on each other when your kids are sick, my kids are sick, we are sick. Or maybe we just need a day with our family, or like Nick, maybe he's had a really heavy week at track and he's just really uncomfortable about asking for that Saturday to be covered.
Yeah.
But when we ask for help, none of us are like, oh, pish posh, you suck. No, your kids got sick. And so for them, we want to make sure that when they come in, it's, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're here. And that's the vibe, without getting too emotional. Right. And then the other thing that I believe to be true about us and why our community is, amongst other things, but like the next thing that I want to talk about is how we interact with one person is how we should interact with everybody.
Yes.
And we talk about that a ton in different ways, right? In different forms. But, we do have friends that we are really close with here. We do have people that, would feel comfortable just walking into our houses. And we have people that would freak them out to think about going over to Coach's house and hanging out. But at the same time, we are not having a only these people can come thing.
Yeah.
When we do something, even if it did start in a smaller group chat, we're throwing it out there to everybody. And we're also not the how we treat one person is how we treat everyone. We're also very cognizant that if we naturally have one of the people that we're really close to personally come in class and we realize, oh, we're talking to them a bunch. It's like you hit it earlier. We need to make sure like, oop, now I got to move over here and I got to talk to this person, not in like a got to, but it's like, they're here to get coached too. They're here for the relationship. And that's, I think the biggest piece is out of all of that is the relationship is the product, not the gym.
Not the gym. Absolutely. It's the reaching out, the inclusion, and is treating everyone as equals. I could sit and chit chat my girlfriends all day, but you know what? So-and-so's a new member, but she also has little kids. She needs to come join us and talk about what the kids are wearing for Halloween, or the little, party that's going to happen coming up. Our community garden.
That's another,
is coming. We are prepped. All the land is all prepped.
DTCCG?
DTCCG.
You realize that's the first time you said community garden on the mic with that and say community garland. Yeah, I mean that's another, to derail you a little bit, but to give you props. We're sitting. I'm gonna tier this.
Yeah.
We can confidently say as coaches, when you come to us and one of the things you tell us is, I'm really looking for community. And that's a common thread. The way that we put our messaging out the last few years, the way we talk about the gym, I literally have posts that say, we're not a gym, we are a coaching program. All of those things, eventually someone will say, I'm here because I need community, I need relationship, I'm tired of doing it alone, whatever it may be. Is that what you guys are about? We confidently are like, oh my gosh, the right spot. This is it. Like, you have found it. Look no further. You are going to make friends here. And even if you don't make like friends that you're hanging out with, you are going to make connections in class.
Absolutely.
And we have our people that are not social butterflies that they have their little inside jokes and all these things. And so we had a mom join the gym, and when she reached out, she and I were going back and forth for a couple weeks, and the big hang up was, I'm a new mom and I need some community in my life. I want to train. I don't really have a goal of, it's just, but the community thing, relationships kept popping up.
Yes.
And so she then starts getting more comfortable, then starts bringing her son around, and then you ask the right questions. I cannot stress this enough. You have to stop asking people in your life, how's it going?
Yeah.
I think it's just the worst. I try to even go like, what'd you do this weekend? What was the most fun thing you did this weekend?
Yeah, it's still just kind of a
It's a filler.
It's fine. It's good.
But I love asking people, what are you reading right now? What's your favorite place to get coffee?
Yeah.
I pick the things in my life that I know that if they answer this, I'll be able to have some sort of conversation. And sometimes I'll do something crazy like, do you also hate Nickelback? But so, this member comes in, and one day we're sitting here and I'm running out of things to ask her. And I just said, what are you reading? And she's like, I'm a voracious reader.
Yes.
So then you and I and her get in this big conversation about all these books. Then you all start talking about books. Then that leads to one day talking about finding out she was a barista. And I just, Zach gave us an espresso machine back there. So like we're talking about that, and it's been so great. And then she and I get to nerd out on that for a while. And then we get into somehow talking about plants.
Yeah, can't remember.
Like you and I are talking about plants. And she's like, oh my gosh, I love gardening, but I don't have a garden. And I was like, dang, Alicia's got all this land.
Okay, all.
She's got Yellowstone in Garland.
Okay, it's little 1 acre, but that's still fantastic. So she has really, her enthusiasm for this like community garden, I am super pumped just by being around her.
Right.
I know nothing about gardening, but she knows a little bit, and then happened to meet and get to know one of our other members, and he's like run community gardens before.
Yeah. And he brews his own beer.
Oh, like the more I'm like finding out more about our members, they are so amazing.
They're so interesting.
And they not only are great hard workers in the gym, but like the things that they have to offer is amazing. And we're going to get together and we're going to make a garden, and like I put potatoes in the ground. Like I left potatoes out, and then they started sprouting. And I told Caleb, I said,
and he got excited.
Am I supposed to do something with these? And he was like, yes, save them.
He legit put his hand like on your hand and was like, oh my gosh, yes.
He got excited. He was like, yes, put those in the ground.
Yeah. And all of that stems from asking better questions, making sure people are welcome when they come in. You have to build. There's this guy that used to coach us in sales like 12 years ago. And he's like, build a rapport. You have to build the rapport. And I was like, I don't know what he's saying. Build rapport.
Rapport, yeah.
Man, I'm going to sound so mean today. Like all the accents I'm doing.
Don't worry about it. I think that was your first accent.
Oh, the other episode we recorded weeks and weeks ago.
Weeks
I did
ago,
an accent. Yeah.
You may have had an accent.
But so you just make sure people are always welcome when they come in. You make sure there are no strangers in class. It is an awkward thing when you have somebody that you've met a dozen times that finally comes to 7 a.m. and they never train at 7 a.m. You may have to just peel the Band-Aid off and be like, hey, Eric, have you met John? John, have you met Maria? Maria, have you met Alicia?
Yeah.
Great. And then I always do this. Oh, Maria, Alicia's also a nurse.
Right.
And you just, if you have connections, great. Or even just simple stuff like, Vince, I know you love coffee. Eric loves coffee.
Exactly.
Vince, I know you love trail running. Well, Eric just signed up for a DECA trail, and actually he signed up for the DECA run. We have
Did
to put
he
that on the
really?
board. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, I'll add that.
So it's things like that. You facilitate conversations between people before class and after class, so they start to build connections and relationships. And then you just always make sure that the main thing is, at least here, relationships with the product. If you want community to be the thing at your gym, at your workplace, with your friends or whatever, it's got to be the thing that you talk about. You can't shy away from it.
Right.
And the last piece that I'll highlight on this is with being friends with your clients, you have to make sure that you're going to be friends with people the way that you would want them to be friends with you. And let's say we're going to kill gossip. We're going to kill bad vibes. And we do that by addressing it. And we do that by having conversations. And they're going to be sticky from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
And it just is what it is.
Right.
And I say that from a place of learning the hard way. Because believe it or not, I used to be the biggest instigator here in things. And it was, for me, it was from a place of, well, I just don't like bullcrap. I hate fakeness, bro. Like, we're just going to call it out.
Yeah.
And we'd be in the middle of a workout and I'd be like, really? Because you've been shaving reps since 93, dog.
I'm like, okay.
Oh, man, awful.
But did that serve anybody?
It served no one.
No.
And so then what we do is someone comes to me or you or another, and hey, something happened and it really didn't sit well with me. But we got a couple options. 1, thank you for sharing that. That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
2, we can go right now. We can talk to this person together. We can wait 24 hours. But either way, in 24 hours or in a few minutes, we're going to have a conversation with that person. And it's just going to be a conversation. And we're going to come from the standpoint of, hey, I'm really struggling with feeling this way, based off this interaction. Can you help me understand what you meant by that? Mm-hmm. Or if it's something that we just did and it was really funky, there have been so many times that I have found myself in coaches meetings, getting frustrated. And then I find myself with Robert or you or, Amanda back in the day. And I'm just talking about the thing and I processed out loud and I was like, oh my gosh, I just gossiped about,
right.
Alicia, or I just whatever. So I then have to send a text. Hey man, I got to ask for your forgiveness, but I said some things today. Let me know when you got time to chat. And it's like, didn't even realize you were upset about that. Oh, cool. So it's just being transparent. Mm-hmm. And there's a way to be transparent without being, hey man, you hurt me,
Yeah.
So to review.
Zanga, Substack.
Zanga and Substack. Just follow the Substack. It's so great.
Community.
If you want a good community, you got to build it. And if you're a client and the community at your gym right now is not what you want, please do not leave it and then come sign up here. Because we don't want your draw. No, I'm just joking. No. Sit there and ask yourself, how am I contributing to this culture? And say, what can I do to make the culture better?
Absolutely.
We had a guy at our church tell us one time when we were having an issue with this area of service that we were in, and there were just people that were just ping-ponging issues around. Okay. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, how do I navigate this? This is so weird. This is a church. We should do this, anywhere. But Watermark has this 24-hour rule and all this stuff. And so it's just they operate under the same vibe that we do at the gym. This is weird to have now gone a couple weeks and this hasn't been addressed. So I'm talking to the director and he goes, hey, I just want to ask, how have you shown up in a way that highlights what you want to see out of this group? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you're having a conversation with me about something you've been upset about for 3 weeks. And it has to deal with 8 other people. And I'm like, oh, I'm not upset. And he's like, well, then why are we talking? So I was like, oh, it's like, you know what you got to do? And I'm like, I got to go tell them all. And he's like, no, you just have to start showing up the way you want it to look.
Take ownership, radical ownership.
Great plug. Mm-hmm. Great book. So so it's that. And then it's other things we highlighted. And you know what? We're going off vibes right now on the podcast.
I'm okay with that. I don't mind.
So we're not really.
DTCCG,
Dallas Training Collective Community Garden. The streets are hot right now. We're going to have cucumbers and squash and potatoes and blueberries, watermelons the size of baby elephants.
Yeah. I'm just hoping to get some flowers. Actually, we have like little pots going. We haven't transferred things, but I've got carrots growing. I've got basil and chives growing.
Gordon Ramsay would call that basil.
Oh, basil. Yes, but there's another accent.
What are you reading right now that you really like?
What did I just finish? I just finished a romance novel called Before We Were Strangers. It's a good one. I don't know. It's not a smut book, but it's just a romance, you know. It made me cry, but like a happy, good cry, because I love a good happy ending.
Yeah.
I have started The Wedding People. I haven't really had time to really like dive into it. I've had a lot on my plate.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that I've also started, but I haven't really like dove into was The Nightingale. Christina Hannah. It was a recommendation from Rachel. She says overrated, but it's a good one.
Man,
so.
I would love it if this author listened to this and was like, oh.
I've heard mixed things. Some people are like, if you were ready to cry, you can cry. But like also like, it's a big book.
Yeah.
It's a big book. So I don't know. I just got to find time to sit and read. I haven't had a vacation in a while, so that's okay.
That's tough.
It's all right. I have a lot of great things going on in my life. I have nothing to complain about.
Well, that's good. What are you listening to right now?
I have been started getting back involved in church. And so I've been really jamming to this kind of just Christian hits on Spotify right now.
Okay.
Really like it. Fallen in love with Lauren Daigle now. She has
Lauren Daigle is
the most beautiful Daigle. I apologize.
Yeah, no.
But the most beautiful, soulful voice, and I'm really loving her right now. So that's really what's kind of been on my playlist right now.
No, she's good. She's good vibes.
Yeah. What are you reading and listening to? Anything?
I have been reading Wheel of Time, and it's 15 books, and it's awful. And no, it's so good. But Robert Jordan spends, R.I.P., he spends the first, 20 chapters reintroducing you to characters that you've been reading about for 7 or 8 books.
Okay.
And then you get to the middle of the book and he introduces like 30 new characters that you're not going to see for like 4 more books. And then the last 2 chapters are always like 200 pages long each. Mm-hmm. And they're just epic. And it makes you like, I have to read the next one. So I've been wanting to not read it, but I can't not read it. I got to finish it.
Wheel of Time?
Wheel of Time.
Didn't they also make that into a show?
They made it a show, but they didn't follow the books.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, really rough. I've been rereading Be More Pirate, and it's like a
great title.
Branding, marketing, kind of like how to make sure that your messaging and things are right in your gym, or not your gym, but in your business. And it's so cool. But you should read Be More Pirate just for the interesting pirate facts at the beginning of the book.
Did you know that their favorite fast food is Arby's?
No, okay.
I had to get one in.
So bad. So bad. But then you said listening to, I've been listening to Dallas's own Slow Joy. They are self-proclaimed Mexican Nirvana.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but I'm intrigued.
It's not like Tejano Nirvana, but
I wouldn't mind that.
He's a Mexican American guy that grew up in the East Dallas, South Dallas area, depending on which article you read. But they've been playing a lot of like gas station gigs and different things. It's been really cool, but they're really, really good.
All right.
I've been jamming them for a long time and just like got back into them recently. And Ben Howard, 2 very different vibes.
What is Ben Howard?
Ben Howard is a UK singer-songwriter that like, he will rip out your heart in the most beautiful way. He's the British John Mayer.
Okay.
But he's got more depth and he never sold out.
Oh.
Got you, Ben Howard. This has been the Untitled Coaching Podcast, and we've really enjoyed talking to you, but we got to go pick up our kids now.
Oh, it's 3:00.
Our separate kids.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is 2 separate families.
2 different families.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye, friends.
Peace.